Good morning, Steve Zalunardo here with Treviso North Realty. Happy Monday morning. Our new marketing manager's out for the next 4 days. He's got an obligation he needs to fulfill until Friday. So ultimately, you're going to get raw Steve videos here. So here it is. We have a current inventory today, 26,570 units, down about 1,000 units. Just remember, we are into the summer months in Canada, so you're going to see inventory drop as people are more focused on family and enjoying the decent weather, and then ultimately you're going to see that pick up. August will drop off even further than July, and then September, second week of September, kids are back into school, you're going to start seeing a pickup on inventory. Sales, pretty damn good, 979 closed in the last 7 days, which is awesome. That's really good. When this gets scary, it's like 400 to 500 units, so we're double that, which is great, even though we're high inventory. Regarding value, don't think that it's coming back. Don't think that you're making more money. I know there was some article that said that the home prices were up 10% since last year. It's bullshit. Depending, I don't even know where they are, but anything that we sold, when you do a comparative market analysis year over year, they've all been down 6 to 8%. And this is what we've been talking about for 4 years now. So on 22, when we sold everything, we said it's going to drop out the bottom. The 30% gain is going to be 30% loss. Fair enough, it happened. And now per annum, when we look at it, it's like 6 to 8% just a drop off, which ultimately, if you have $1 million house and you're thinking that next year it's going to be worth more money, just think about it as a 6 to 7% loss. So that's $60,000 to $70,000 that you'll be having less in your pocket. But if you are buying and selling the same market, it's irrelevant, because whatever you're selling for lower than it was last year, you're buying that's whatever lower than this year. Ultimately, make sure that your realtor's doing that adjustment for you as well. You need to do proper analysis. This is not a market where you just randomly buy things on emotion. You're going to have to step back and be more of a numbers guy. And this is how we operate. As you can tell, I've been talking about numbers for the last 10 years here on Instagram, just how we approach things. Everything's a number. So you need a proper realtor to do an analysis on what you're buying and make sure that you're not overpaying for the time based on what you're losing on your property. So if your property went down to 6 to 8%, you got to make sure that property's gone down 6 to 8%. So you're even Steven, let's just say that. So it's very strategic in a way, and go from there. But that's pretty much it with that. Off topic, but a good one, I gotta be honest. This is awesome. And this is a reminder to myself, to be honest. And it's like, don't get too caught up on sides. Like, you know, I'm a conservative, if you can't tell. I'm a Republican here in the States. But I've been like this since I was a kid. I've always leaned right. I love the values. And again, as we're getting older and we're like, you know, stepping into religion as you know, a true believer and understanding it and wanting to understand it more, like conservative has always been based on the morals, right? And that's what we kind of always gone on. But if the Conservative Party goes off of those morals that I feel that are you know, what I want my children to have, then I'm out. So this is for the liberal friends of ours, and we have a lot of them, obviously even family members, which is, we're all, you know, trying to do the best for our family, right? But what I'm trying to say is, or what we think is right for our family, don't look at what's on display. Look at the whole picture. So we have Carney now that's in power. I think it's a huge mistake, clearly. I think the last government was a huge mistake, and I said that. The only day I ever took off from work, from cold call and doing my daily tasks, not even funerals, it was literally the day that Trudeau got elected, because I knew what was going to happen to the country. It was just something. And now, look now, if you think Canada's was better now than it was prior, yeah, I don't know how you analyze things, but you remember, just kind of look at how you're living, how your family's living. That's the most important thing, and also the opportunities. Forget about the rest of it. But again, now Carney's in power. This is supposed to, my liberal friends, this is supposed to be the savior. This is a smart guy, and I agree. This is the biggest threat ever because he looks proper. He's distinguished. He's intelligent. You know, well-spoken. He's not like his counterpart, which was goofy. We knew he was goofy from the beginning. But ultimately, this is more of a threat because this is the guy that wrote the book on how to destroy Canada, but our liberal friends don't believe that, which is fine. But this is awesome. And this is also not even for anybody that's, you know, is voting left. Again, I don't really care anymore. I got to be honest. We've kind of moved on from that. Life moves on because all politicians are full of shit, right? But this is what's crazy, because that man is spreading messages on anti-America. We got to do our own thing. We're going to just align with Europe, which is the wrong decision because Canada's going in a European mentality, which is nothing that we want. We're North American. We want a white picket fence, a two-story home with a double-car garage with a boat and a cottage or a cabin. That's it. That's what we want. We want money in the bank, opportunity for our kids to go to college, university. We want to have a few bucks in the account. That's what we want. Their strategy is Europe. So Europe, if you have any family in Europe, they don't live really well. I don't care how many piazzas they can go and have a coffee and a cornetto, like a little croissant. It's irrelevant. I'd rather stay home and have a car that I own in the garage in a big house. So that's like our goals as North American. This is where finally I understand as an adult where we're always like romanticizing on Europe. Oh, I wish maybe my parents should never have moved. And God bless them for moving because we are North American and I'm proud to be and I'm proud to raise my children that mentality as well. And we're going to fight for it clearly. But take a look at this. Brookfield is a company that Carney managed, right, as a CEO and chairman. And then he stepped down when he became prime minister. But heavily affiliated and heavily owns a lot of assets of the company. So guys, you're going to get a phone call. What should we do? Should we buy? Should we sell? It's not all about, government work. It's definitely they're under. He's still involved. It's always going to be like that. Just like the American president's involved with his companies. They don't say it, but clearly they are. They may step out a bit, but ultimately they're involved. And then when they get out of politics, they go right back into that seat. So there's a lot of this being obviously spearheaded by Carney. And it's kind of sad because they make the Canadian population believe anti-America, don't do any investing there, it's a bad place, they're bad people, which I've been living here for 4 years. It's absolutely the best place. And this goes to show you that they're all full of shit and they're just trying to create division between the population because so Brookfield right now and CPP Investments, Canadian Pension Plan Investments, buying LXP Industrial Trust for $5.2 billion. US. Why are they buying this company in U.S. dollars? It's not Canadian. It's not a Canadian company they're buying. Oh, interesting. So Brookfield Asset Management and Canadian Pension Plan Investment Board has signed an agreement to buy LXP Industrial Trust in a deal worth $5.2 billion U.S. dollars, clearly including debt. LXP owns a portfolio of warehouse and logistics facilities in is that CA? No, it's U.S. Yeah, so United States of America. So not buying back in Canada. So his company, the Prime Minister's company, is buying assets in the United States of America when he's telling the Canadian population not even to travel to Florida to go see the ocean. Stay in Canada. Including 108 properties across the U.S. Sun Belt, which is clearly Georgia, Florida, all our sections here off the Gulf, and then the Midwest, which is, think about it, Ohio, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Chicago, Michigan, like that whole Midwest corridor, which I absolutely love. Some of my best friends are from out that way, and they're putting their money in the United States instead of Canada. This is what's more frustrating because, again, division between families based on politics. And then these pieces of shit are doing exactly what everyone should be doing, is investing to better their families' lives. And it's just again, this is also a stark reminder for myself as well, not to get hung up too politically on anything because they're all full of shit. I think ultimately what kind of was the glue in the past with I think my parents' generation, the baby boomers, is that religion came first. It was always that that was the moral standard, and then you voted whatever you wanted, but I mean that's what kept everybody together, and now that's what's currently missing, but coming back very strong. Hence myself, I never thought I'd be going to church every Sunday and Bible study and reading the Bible. It's like never thought in a million years, but it's all here. So that's pretty much it. There's the message for today, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.